Just the other day, I read that NASA had launched an unmanned spacecraft to the moon. Well, launching spacecraft is reasonably commonplace these days. But look, if it is about space exploration, you and I are going to talk. So, when I read this article, it shocked my shoes off. The spacecraft we are discussing is the Artemis 1, which is the most powerful rocket ever built. It is 98 meters long, which is almost the length of a football field. Artemis 1 will travel 1.3 million miles over 25 days and then return to home planet Earth. This is the farthest a spacecraft built for humans has ever traveled. So, how many humans are aboard Artemis 1? None, zero, zilch. But there are few fully suited mannequins. These will register the stress and the strain of the mission, like how human astronauts will react at Artemis's re-entry, where the speeds will cross 40,000 km per hour. Well, the story is just beginning. Artemis 1 will be followed by Artemis 2, which will take astronauts around the moon and back. This will be followed by Artemis 3 in 2026, which will land humans on the moon for the second time after 1969. But this time, they're not stepping out or planting a flag and rushing back. They will live on the moon in specially designed habitats and study the moon and the space better. Did you hear that? Living on the moon by the end of this decade? I cannot read all this without getting goosebumps. As a child, this was my science fiction. This was the stuff Arthur C. Clarke, Isaac Asimov, Robert Heinlein, and many others were writing about. And the stuff that made Star Wars and Star Trek so amazing. But just 40 odd years later, in my own lifetime, this is not fiction anymore. This is what real people do for a living. People are traveling to space on joyrides, others are planning to inhabit the moon. All of this is really happening. While this was about the moon, I also think about our poetic chant. Once we explore it and know more about it, will it become more rock and less poetry? I remember Shelley's poem, To the Moon. Are you pale for weariness of climbing heaven and gazing on the earth, wandering companionless among the stars that have a different birth? Once our rovers crawl all over the place, will the moon cease to be a mystery? Well, there is a lot of joy in solving mysteries that has had mankind wondering since man took birth on this planet. But there is also a sense of loss of the magic and mystery that moon has always been all about. On the one hand, I'm glad that we will soon be living on the moon. But on the other, are we losing a mystery as we gain a colony?